Hello everyone, I'm back for the stream. So earlier I painted this, I just wanted it to dry before I carried on. Obviously there's basically no detail, but it's all the background colours. So now is all about the detail. I'm going to focus on the head today, and then I'll just move down to the body, probably tomorrow or the next day. Won't be a super long stream, maybe an hour and a bit. I'm going to try and get most of the head done. There's a lot of detailed brushwork in here, so I might not get it all done. I'm going to be mainly focusing, to start with, on the black and the white of the hair. I'll detail the eyes out a little bit more. Get some really black, vivid contrast in there. And then I'll make sure there's a bit of a defined edge here. And as I say, this whole section here, that's what I want to be completed by the end of the stream. I think it'll take about an hour and a half, sort of thing. So yeah, let's get started. The paint is mostly dry. There's still a few wet patches like there. It's got a crust in it though, so I can paint on it. It's not going to smear all over the place. So first things first, I'm going to get some Payne's Grey down. Then I'm going to get some white. Now in the last stream, I finished the white. I think. Let me see if I can get any out. Oh, I can get a bit out. That's fine. And I'm going to use a couple of very, very fine brushes. I'm going to use a number 3 and a number 5, I think. If I can find my number 5. The 0 is quite good because it's slightly broken at the tip. I'll be able to get some fine strands going on. It's my 0. Right, where's my 5? There's my 5. For those of you who don't know, by the way, when I'm talking about numbers, 5, 0 is basically 5 divided by 0, or 5/0, is the smallest. Then it goes up to 3 divided by 0. So if I go onto palette cam, just thought I'd talk to you about this. So this is 5 divided by 0. Well, that's size 5 basically. Size 3. And then you've got size 0. And then we'll go up incrementally. I can find the brushes. I can only find 2. I'm sure I've got another 3. I don't know where the other one is. You've got a 2, I've got a 1 somewhere, and then I've got a 3. So you can see they get progressively thicker. So that's how I work. Anyway, I'm going to start off with a size 0, I think, with the white. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to start off with the black, and I'm going to do a size smallest brush I have. The reason I'm going to do a black because I put way too much white here, and I'm going to start doing the texture here. And I'm going to sort of see if I can get the tuff. So I'm going to calm down the white that I did earlier, just to repaint it over again, I think, in a bit. So I'm creating texture all the way along this with the darker Payne's Grey. So I'm painting over what I've done before in very sort of mythological brushstrokes, I guess. Fast, but got strategy behind it. Go down here. Just make sure there's texture in the places like the eyebrows. I can come in later with the sort of whitey, browny, yellow colour. Sort of build it in. So again, I'm using Payne's Grey as normal. Instead of pure black. Much nicer on the eye. Much easier for you to be able to see as well. So I've calmed down the white that I painted earlier, and now I'm just going to sort of, I guess, start with adding the white back on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the size 0 brush, because I noticed before this brush in particular sort of broken apart at the head, which allows for some nice strands to go on. Let me see if I can replicate that from what I did before. Can't remember which painting it was. I think it was probably the Black Cat, to be honest. But I noticed it doing this. I'm creating a highlight up at the top here. Probably be doing quite a lot of finger work today, just to blend the stuff in. I need to create like tufts of hair. So this could be a challenge, getting the correct textures in places. I'm actually not going to use pure white, I'm going to go a bit grey on this. Add a bit of water as well. I want it fairly loose. So I'm going to add the tufts like by themselves, I guess. And then in between I'm going to go over them again in the very dark colour, just to sort of separate them. Just hopefully so that's going to bring through the fact that it is a bunch of tufts rather than a sort of blanket of grey. There's a lot of texture going on up there. I also need to... I'll do the sort of white highlights at the very end. Just stepping back and having a look, making sure it looks okay. It doesn't look too bad up there. I'm really struggling to get the sort of definition. I'll be able to get that with a white paint pen later. That'll do. So I'll do most of the highlights in the white paint pen. Do a bit of focusing around the eyes later on as well. I think that's really important. So as I say, today's all going to be about completing the face, I think. It's my main challenge today, my main goal. Change the music. I don't think this sort of music is what I want at the moment. I wonder if I want some country. What's in here? Let's see what's here in this one. No, I don't like that. What's this? See what this is. So for those of you who've joined, right now I'm just going to focus on the face. The whole stream will be focused on this face, trying to get the detail in. So I got all the background block colour on earlier today. I just needed to wait for it to dry. And now I'm sort of going from there, to be honest. So I'm putting all the detail in now. I'm just adding this sort of grey colour. Now I'm just going to go back into the Payne's grey to make sure the darker bits are really enhanced. So there's a really nice pattern of really dark areas in this painting. It's almost like a maze, or fluid maze of a dark pattern. So I'm going to try and mimic that with just pure Payne's grey on the palette. I've also noticed there's a fair bit of brown on the nose as well, so I need to come back and do the brown. I can't see me mixing an awful lot of colours on the palette today. It'll just be more just using the colours I've got on the tubes and just paint them directly on. I think that's going to be slightly more effective here. So if you weren't here earlier, well, you would have, what I spoke about quite a lot was adding the paint in a really sort of rough way to make sure that there's texture, so there's physical texture on the painting. That way when the light shines on it, you'll be able to see the fur almost alive, especially if the light moves across it, because the fur will move with the painting because of the light. The texture really makes a huge amount of difference. Obviously you can do that quite easily with acrylics because they're quite thick paints. So that's really good. It's a really nice technique that I like to use. In fact, that's how I used to paint all the time. When I first started this like 6-7 months ago, I used to paint using really, really thick paints. But I've sort of honed the skill a bit and become more detailed recently. So going back to this sort of method is really quite nice. I don't know what language this is, but I quite like it. The music, that is. I'm about to go into a much smaller brush. And really add the sort of individual strand details that we got in places. I do have a black paint pen, but I don't think I'd ever use it because I think it's too black. I think as the paint's grey, it's not that black. It's a nice dark grey. So it's very sort of out of focus back here. It's quite difficult to paint out of focus, so I'll just paint it as if it's in focus. I may not put as much detail in at the back here, so maybe it will be a little bit more out of focus, but so I'll just get a really small brush now. So I'm going to use a small brush. I'm going to get a little bit of water, drop it on the Payne's Grey. Now I'm going to paint in the detail. I'll come over with the sort of lighter grey colour in a bit and then repaint the detail. I'll probably need to finish off with more of this detail of the darker colour. Getting a little bit of colour inference here because of the And now I'm going in with the lighter grey colour to add the really finer details again, all up here. So I'm going to go really sort of gently, just add in these tufts.
Open my eyes, I slept through the day, feeling uneasy, I push it away. Last night was fun, don't feel like today. Let's do it again, let's go on a date. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna take you out and live the dream that we've been talking about. So we can dine and spend up all our notes. Let's forget that we broke. I wanna celebrate and have some fun tonight. I wanna show you all the lavish things in life. So raise your toast for all the good times that we'll have. It'll be like the movies, Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. Might be the gin that's gone to my head. Feeling so busy, don't want this to end. Live in the moment, I just wanna dance. Pull up my card and swipe it again. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna take you out and live the dream that we've been talking about. So we can dine and spend up all our moves. Let's forget that we broke. I wanna celebrate and have some fun tonight. I wanna show you all the lavish things in life. So raise your toast for all the good times that we'll have. It'll be like the movies, Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. I wanna celebrate and have some fun tonight. I wanna show you all the lavish things.
Just trying to get the bit of detail up here.
For all the good times that we'll have. It'll be like the movies, Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming.
So I've lightened up the paint slightly, so now I'm going over the tufts with a bit of lighter paint, just to sort of get the highlights. I'm not going to fully get them in, just so the highlights do come in. I don't think the fur is going to be as fine as I have been doing on other paintings, because I think the fur is just generally thicker, but also the photo is very low resolution. I'm kind of painting slightly low resolution as well. So I think it will work quite effectively, to be honest. I mean, look at that. That's not particularly... Certainly not like... It's not super detailed, but it's detailed enough when you're looking at it from a distance. You can really tell what's going on. Just exaggerating these highlights here. So now I'm trying to sort of do the nice highlight here. It's interesting, I got that quite wrong, that area, but I can fix it in terms of the sort of dark bit. But I'll fix it in a sec.
vez que eu te vi, menina, meu coração pulou pra boca. Copão assim não se vê nem na revista, nem no TikTok ou no Instagram de artista. Corpo de mestiça com olhos de leoa, te quero dar beijo na garoa. Da primeira vez que eu te vi, menina, meu coração pulou pra boca.
I'm now doing the eyebrows, which are very, very light. I'm going to try and get the texture of the lightness there in the strands of the hair.
Te quero dar beijo na garoa. Te quero dar beijo na garoa. Te quero dar beijo na garoa.
Looks pretty cool. Now I'll do the other one.
Trusting your instincts, realize that knowing looks different to each. When living authentic, do more exploring, deeper than knowing just what is essential for life that is thriving. Go deep, mute out the chatter, feel it, burn off the fire, let go until there's peace to your core. Live a life you adore.
So I'm just highlighting the eyes now. Give them a little ring around. A ring around them, sorry. Now the reason I'm doing that is to really sort of capture where the eyes are. Otherwise you might lose the eyes in the painting. If you give them a bit of a sort of, as if there's glasses around them, it might be a bit too much, to be honest. Just soften that out with some paper towel. You can really see how the eyes are popping out. Start with some Payne's Grey to add some detail to the eyebrows. Well, sort of more define where the eyebrows stop.
Trees aren't green, the ocean is gray, sky is a vague blue, come my way. My room is a mess, it could use a hand. My favorite TV shows to capture in. I know must get it right, must get back in the fight. This can't be a surprise. I think I let it slide. I'm sleepwalking.
I need to put a bit of a sort of brownish yellowy wash, probably yellow ochre actually, wash on top of these eyebrows.
Every night is the same. I keep running fast, left and right, wondering where my head's gone now. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems and all of my problems and where did it go? The feeling of thirst, desire to be a rock in my heels. I'm numb as a poison, flows in my veins. Guess I got used to avoiding the pain. I know must get it right, must get back in the fight. This can't be a surprise. I think I let it slide. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems and all. I can't make it through. Every night is the same. I keep running fast, left and right, wondering where my head's gone now. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems and all of my problems and
I'm adding a few highlights onto the tufts, not very many, just so they stick out though.
maybe I need a break. Maybe that's why I fade into this bitter taste. I think I'll let it be. I'm a social suicide. Since I lost you, I've been high. Think you saw me with your friends last night. I think it was you. Such a
Just going to step back and have a little look at it.
painful sight.
It looks pretty good.
Soaring back to my heartache, holding hands with the night.
Let me know what you think in the comments, or in the chat, sorry.
If we think about it, we think too much. Maybe we should talk about it.
If you got any questions about anything.
But we'll never be enough for us. If we
Very quiet streams tonight.
just say yes. 'Cause baby, we're better than that. Maybe it's as simple as that. If there's love in afterlife, hope we catch the same flight. If we think about it, we think too much. Maybe we should talk about it. Should
I think it looks pretty good.
but we'll never be enough for us if we not give up.
Still a lot of work to do though.
When I think about it, I think too much. I don't wanna talk about it, we talk enough. We'd rather sing about it, 'cause I'm in love, I'm in love. Just say yes. 'Cause baby, we're better than that. Maybe it's as simple as that. 'Cause baby, we're better than that. Maybe it's as simple as that.
널 바라보며 yeah. 하고 싶은 말 내가 너의 그늘이 돼줄게 언제나 편하게 기대도 돼 네가 원한다면 yeah. 내가 너의 곁에 우와. 영원히 옆에서 지켜줄게 언제라도 짙은 어둠이 드리워도 우리가 함께 헤쳐나가다 보면 그
I'm going to do something that I do very rarely in a sec, and that's use black. I think there needs to be definition of the eyes. The eyes aren't really popping that much because the dark of the eyes is the same colour as the fur. If I really go to town and just use black, you should be able to see the contrast really, really nicely. Also, I have no idea how this dog sees. All the fur is in front of his eyes. So, out comes the black. I'm going to use Mars black. Mars black I think is blacker than lamp black. Maybe it's brown actually, I don't know. I can't really tell the difference. I think lamp black is more shiny. Anyway, painting on pure Mars black. Oh, okay. Mars black is brown. Sorry, that's clearly brown. I think I'm going to go over it in lamp black most likely.
짙은 어둠이 드리워도 우리가 함께 헤쳐나가다 보면 그 무엇도 우릴 방해할 수 없어 널 위해는 모든 걸 다 내어줄게
His eyes probably need a bit more work, but maybe I'll whack some lamp black on and see what happens. I think lamp black is the darker black. Laying this on quite thick as well. So I think those eyes look alright, to be honest. I'm looking at the stream because I don't think I can get far enough away at the moment. I'm just feeling, I don't know, I think I need a bit of work, to be honest. Let's just lay some white on there. So there's quite a lot of brown around the nose, so I'm just going to grab my burnt sienna I think I'm just going to put it on gently and then possibly just rub it in with my finger.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things I don't know.
Putting a little of a brown wash over the top of this, just so the white isn't 100% white.
All in this, I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest, honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this, I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest, honestly don't. I should be the last to know. Hello, Ramona. I mistook you for a dream. The engine glows, and I guess you always seem to know. Hello, Ramona. I push back the serious feeling. The end's unknown. To get back the life I used to know.
I think that looks alright.
We're all in this, I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest, honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this, I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest, honestly don't. I should be the last to know.
Just notice the white comes actually underneath here.
Change is constant, learning to flow. All the unknown, lemons thrown. May look different from what you've dreamed. Colors and contrast making it art. What if happy can be
So I'm using white here to sort of add the texture in, where even though there's not white in the reference image. There is white, but I'm just sort of adding the texture using the white because it's a soft way to add sort of layers and stuff. I did a lot of this with the cat painting that I did. Just adding overly enhanced white colour, just to sort of indicate there's a lot of reflections going on in the hair. There's a lot of texture in the hair as well. Otherwise the image could be quite flat. I think the face is almost done, to be honest. Well, I need to do the sort of yellow ochre bit, but the cheek, yes.
May I have peace to accept what I can't change. Courage to change the things I can.
Sharpening up the back here.
To know the difference. May I have peace to accept what I can't change. Courage to change the things I can. Wisdom to know the difference.
Bit more Payne's grey down. So I'm going to use a technique like I did in the other sort of the self-portrait that I did, and that is I'm going to paint on the fluff that's sort of going out like this. So there's plenty of it, and then I'm going to paint over it in the background colour, so it indicates that, so it sort of softens into the background more than it would otherwise. I'll do that later on once it's dry, or possibly not today. I'll probably do it when I do the background, to be honest. I'll do it up here as well. So all the fluff is coming out, but I'm going to paint over it again so it's really subtle. I'm going to do long strands of Payne's Grey here to show the long hairs of this area. I guess this is ear or her ear. Don't know, I didn't ask if it was a boy or a girl. I think it's a girl. I think it's called Maisie. I can't remember actually. I could have just made the name up.
Some days I wish I had a relationship status. Then I remember last time I ain't got time for that. I have a job, it's actually quite fulfilling. Though my hairline is thinning, I barely do anything else. I read self-help books, I do meditation, walks in the woods, a new destination. I sit with my feelings. Sometimes I'm even journaling. I got a full-time job, though no one pays me, and it's all thanks to you. My friend says I ain't stuck. I'm too self-aware, but how else will I get any luck if there are wounds left to wear?
So it's certainly getting there. So I've been painting for now a total of probably an hour and 5 minutes, 2 hours and 10 minutes, maybe 2 hours 20 minutes. So I've done an awful lot today on this painting. It's probably only got another 2 hours left.
I'm an expert at overthinking things that I shouldn't. You come across as a cool guy, someone is the opposite. And all my friends are leaving, but I wanna stay here. Can we just stay here?
I think this brush has got much life left in it, to be honest. I use it an awful lot.
Maybe just one more.
They're quite cheap, these brushes.
I can't help but think, where have you been? All my life, all lonely nights, you were always there. At the same damn bar, I just never looked your way. And I've seen every ocean, but I've never seen a color blue. Look into your eyes.
So I need to do a lot of yellow ochre work on the face, and this ear has a little bit as well. I keep thinking I put down too much Payne's Grey, but I seem to be getting through it quite a lot. A bigger brush now. Define the edge of this ear. I just realised it was an ear. So I think the face is looking pretty good now. I really do. Quite tired, that's why I'm not talking that much.
La belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque, la belle époque. Pour me champagne, love me insane. Flowers and chocolate in a color that matches my bonnet. Oh no, it's not a test, only the best. Belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque.
Interesting music tonight. I'm going to get this yellow ochre down.
Planes with my name and dinner at restaurant Le Maurice. Oh no, no, it's not a diss. I only drink fizzy fish.
I love yellow ochre. It's just such a good colour to work with. It's so versatile. It sort of mixes in with, regardless of whatever's below it, it just mixes in with it really nicely. Just sort of doesn't ask any questions, it just does what you want. Yes, I know, I'm getting a bit obsessed with a colour, but it really does just do what you want it to do. Every single time, without failure. Maybe it's just one of those colours that just always occur in nature. So I use it an awful lot in my paintings, like all the time. The thing is, it doesn't, this particular yellow ochre I'm using, which is the Zila one, it just doesn't cover anything. It's almost like a wash out of the pot, out of the tube. It just works so well. Just such a subtle colour. I'm just going to add a little bit up here for a bit of colour inference. And just rub it in with my finger. Just brings the whole painting together. It really does. And it doesn't matter where it goes, because it only really highlights the white bits. Covers the white bits. You're just putting a little bit of a wash over the painting, really. Anyway. Obsessive talk about yellow ochre is over. Now I'm just going to add a bit more white over here. Down here. So I'm almost happy to say that that is the head done. Subject to a couple of highlights with the paint pen, which I'll probably do later on. I keep looking at the nose thinking that looks weird, but actually it looks weird in the picture as well. And I don't really know if I should really play with it much. Adding to the black around the eye. Hopefully trying to make this stick out now. So I think I'm quite happy with the face. I'm not going to do any more today because I'm quite tired. I've already painted for well over 2 hours. Plus did a bit of editing. I've got a short reading release tomorrow in the morning. I think I put it down for 9 AM. That's what ChatGPT said was the best time to do it for tomorrow. So there we go. And that short is how to do paint hair, and it's going to cover what I did on the my self-portrait. I'll release another short maybe on Thursday about how to paint a hand. And then I'll release the full, hopefully the full video if I get around to recording it, or voiceovering it on Saturday morning as usual. Although my Saturday morning videos really aren't doing very well, so I don't know. If these tufts need to be a bit softer. I'll just do a little bit of Payne's grey around the edges. So I'll get my paint pen out tomorrow. I'll get a bit out today. I'm getting a weird splatter from the paint pen, but I'm sticking with it because I think it's potentially quite nice. Much harder nib now, much bigger nib, sorry. Just make sure the paint comes out. Need to load it because it's a brand new paint pen. This nib is at least. Well, it's getting there. Right, so I think I'm happy with this so far. I need to stop going because I'm going a little bit too far as usual. I need to stop as soon as I possibly can. I'm certainly happy with the face. Obviously that's not part of the face. That's oh, it might be actually. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I'll do that a bit next time. So I'm really happy with this. I think that goes in the wrong direction, but let me just fix that. It's far more accurate like that. Let me grab this one. Anyway, I need to stop pedaling. That's fine. The head is pretty much done. I might need to do a little bit more work on the eyes, possibly the nose, because they're the focal points. I think generally speaking, the head is done. So I'm pretty happy with what I've done today, which is all of this, you can see. And the last stream was just this little head. So, comments, let me know. Tell me what you think. And I'll schedule a stream for 6 PM tomorrow, I think. We'll go from there. So 6 PM will be my next stream. So let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate you attending again. So see you tomorrow. Have a great evening.